side of things, which is good. But rural deliveries like that, we could get a drone that just flies directly out to it. That is a big deal right there. And so this is the first company, again, to receive the full certification from the FAA for this particular operating certification. So Part 135 standard certification. It means they can have an unlimited fleet of drones, unlimited size, carry packages over 55 pounds. It's big, and that just came out today. They've been doing test flights in North Carolina, so they've been doing test flights of healthcare packages. That's another big thing for drone deliveries that we're going to see is emergency services like that, where we have hospitals that were transferring organs for organ donors, transferring them via drone to get someplace very quickly. So it's going to be an interesting world that we're going into. Now they have this certification. How fast it rolls out, we don't know. But again, that's UPS's Flight Forward program getting that standard 135 certification from the FAA, meaning we're going to have drone deliveries pretty soon, most likely near you. Read more about it at digitaltrends.com. All right, keeping you up to date on just a couple of other things, some trending stories in tech and some trending stories at digitaltrends.com. Let's talk about some augmented reality. Let's go to gaming. Gaming with augmented reality, I think, is going to be a huge thing going forward. We do know already that with AR glasses, some of them that are rolling out, Google's been working on some for a long time. We have some other ones that are out there. And augmented reality is going to become a very big feature that we're going to be utilizing. And this is in the gaming aspect, though. Who remembers the Star Wars scene, of course, where we saw the Star Wars match being played with Chewbacca and with that weird game that they were playing? That is the impetus, that is the motivation that the creator of this company that we're going to be talking about had. So this person's name is Jerry Ellsworth, the CEO of Augmented Reality. Tilt 5 in particular is the name of it, and they've created a series of games that are very similar to this. Now, you do have to wear some augmented reality glasses, but it changes up how board games are going to be played. And the way that this is going to be going is this. So they've created a bunch of different games that they've teamed up with. So some standard board games such as Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, and some other ones. And you buy this package. Now, this is, I will say, in the Kickstarter phase right now, so it's not officially out yet. But in theory, the package would start at $2.99. It consists of glasses, a weird controller that they've come up with, and a wand that is even part of that, so that you can play whatever game it is that you're working on. So taking a look there, that's just an example of how this looks to everybody who's using it. You get 4 or 5 people, also with the glasses on. It really adds something else to the game that you're playing. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. Where you augment this, change it up, make it more interactive, have all kinds of different ways that you can work with this. So you can see there with the magic wand and moving the blocks around, and that's a pretty cool way to use augmented reality. I hope this goes all the way to fruition. Right now, the hardware, again, starting at $2.99. Shipping's not planned until June 2020. So it all depends on if this version goes forward from Tilt 5. But I think we'll see a lot more of this in the future, and so it'll be pretty cool on how augmented reality gets utilized. Look, I'm telling you, next year you're going to see a lot of this. I think it's going to be big at CES. I think we're going to see a lot more different ways. Oh, see, that's cool. Come on, that's cool. And a lot more different ways that augmented reality is going to be used. You can read more about this at digitaltrends.com. And the final thing I want to bring you up to date on is going back to that automation of services. We talked today about Amazon Go and about how they may be licensing their technology different places. We talked to Grubber about how they're automating that customer experience at kiosks. Well, let's talk about food production. And this is something coming from Seattle, where there is now a place where you can buy a robotic-made pizza. So this company in particular has, it's called Picnic Robotics. So Picnic Robotics was actually formerly known as Auto Robotics and formerly known as Vivid Robotics, now called Picnic Robotics. I don't know why they went with that name, but that's what it is. That is their machine right there that creates pizzas. They said that it can create up to 312-inch pizzas per hour. That's a lot of pizzas. So 312-inch pizzas per hour. Faster than pretty much any restaurant would be able to do it with humans making your pizza. They can customize them, they can make it whatever you want, and they're putting this in for a couple of reasons. So again, they're not talking about taking away jobs, they're talking about there being a shortage of fast food workers and restaurant employees available for restaurants. So one of their statistics, what they're saying is that 80% of restaurant workers will change jobs each year. They're said that there's a huge shortage and this is coming from the National Restaurant Association. So they're looking at this as a way to solve some of those problems with their robotic pizza maker. And this is something you could read about. It's up in Seattle right now. They're demonstrating it. They're demonstrating different ways you can do that. But if you think about, at a stadium or at an event, that would be pretty cool where you could just walk up and get the pizza and have it already made. If they can make it that fast, 300 pizzas in an hour, that's a crazy fast pizza that you could be getting. Let alone the customization options. But just want to bring you up to date about that. You can read more about it at digitaltrends.com, and that's what we do here at Digital Trends, is keep you up to date on the cutting edge of technology. And that's why we appreciate everybody who joins the show. All right. We have some more cutting edge technology to talk about. So what we're going to be discussing here now is wireless charging and how that is changing things, and how we're going to see more wireless charging incorporated into a lot of devices. And talking about the future of that, we have two experts joining us. We have Monish Sabani, right? Monish Sabani. Okay, let me do that again. I'm going to get this right. So I was thinking about it all day, and then I'm like, okay, I got this right. And then, of course, right when we go live, that's when I make that mistake. All right. So introducing right now, we have Monish Sabani, and we have Evan Moshkani. Thank you so much for joining us. I just did that wrong too. Monish Sabnani, Evan Moskal. There we go.
Awesome. Yeah,
there we go. I'm just going to go Monish and Evan. Thank you guys for joining us. Sorry about that. All right. Let's talk about your cutting edge technology. Let's talk about current. Let's talk about wireless charging. Can you fill us in a little bit about your company and how you got started and where you're going from here?
Yeah, definitely. So we originally started the company. Monish and I have worked together for a number of years in a couple of different business settings. One of them primarily was as basically a resource for other brands to create products, helping with design. Our previous company was listed as a Kickstarter resource, so we've got a lot of experience in general consumer product manufacturing. We kind of decided that we wanted to put our heads together and come up with something of our own brand with our own